British short track skater Wilf O'Reilly has also had high hopes dashed in the past. This was 2 years ago. But the motivation and medal potential remain as strong as ever. Wilf goes tonight in the heats of the 1,000 metres. So too does Londoner Nicky Gooch, and he's the newly crowned European champion. Britain's got a definite chance.
Olympic champion 10 years ago, Jens Weissflog finding form at the right time to dominate ski jumping once again. Conditions were perfect and Weissflog was perfect. He spearheaded Germany's victory in the team event today to make it double gold in double quick time.
Now, you were in Hammer last night, lucky thing. The mood back here was, though, that Jane and Chris had been prejudged, that they were never going to persuade the judges about their free dance routine. Was that the impression you got out there as well?
Well, it certainly was. I mean, around the rink, there were a lot of ex-skaters, a lot of people that have been involved in skating for many, many years, and all of them just put their hands up and said, we don't understand this, we can't explain it, we cannot explain what happened.
It's a problem for the sport, isn't it?
It really is going to be a problem because, you know, people now feel, you know, that Jane and Chris can go out and skate possibly the routine of their lives and not get rewarded for it.
We shall discuss it further, and we'll hear later live from Jane and Chris tonight as well. At the Hammer Amphitheatre tonight, the judges won't be quite so influential, but they do have a role to play. It's short-track speed skating. Wilf O'Reilly and Nicky Gooch, such strong challengers for Britain. It's not the kind of speed skating we've been watching over the last few days. So here's a grandstand guide to short track.
Short-track speed skating made a colourful debut to the Games in 1992. It's head-to-head. It's all about being first to cross the line. Athletes are travelling at 25 to 30 miles an hour, and the boot needs to be specially designed. It's moulded to fit the individual like a slipper. The 16-inch blade is attached by bolts and is offset to the left to assist high-speed cornering. Protective helmets, shin pads and knee pads are essential. It's a non-contact sport, but with 4 skaters in each final, crashes are common. In the new 500-metre race, a good start is crucial, running on ice before getting into the sliding, gliding movement to produce maximum speed. Exploding from the gun like a 100-metre sprinter, it's a huge advantage to be in front out of the first bend. From there, it's a scramble for the line. But unlike athletics, it's not the first torso across that counts, but the first skate, by whatever means. Tactics come into play over the 9-lap distance. The rink is just over 111 metres, and cat-and-mouse antics are employed until the skaters break at around 5 laps to go. Then, once again, it's a mad dash to finish. Luckily, there's no marks for style.
1,000 metres today. Matt Jasper competed for Britain in short track 2 years ago in the Olympics. Exactly how demanding is this sport?
Well, as you can tell by the legs on some of the guys that are skated tonight, they are very big. It takes a lot of work to get your legs that size, and cardiovascularly it's very difficult to keep the endurance training up so you can your legs and your heart and lungs work in synchronisation so you're not out of breath and dead at the end of a race.
But it's not just pace and power like the conventional speed skating we've been watching in the last few days. It's tactics as well.
Yeah, that's right. We don't work to a set routine as the long track skaters do. We don't have a time schedule. We do have our own private plans that we do use in a mind that we take out. But yeah, tactics are very important in the 1,000 metres especially. 500 metres, it's just flat out all the way. OK, 1,000 metres coming up now. First 2 in each heat qualify for the quarter-finals, which follow in a few minutes' time. Wilf O'Reilly goes in heat 7, Nicky Gooch in heat 3, which we can see now with David Coleman.
Nicky Gooch goes for Great Britain in the third of the 8 heats in the first round of the 1,000 metres. There on the inside is John Coyle of America, the American record holder at 500 metres. Next to him is Zerov of Russia, 500 meters semi-finalist in the World Championships. And there's Nicky Gooch. Only 21. Just won the European 1500 and 3000 meters. And in lane 4, Tereo of Japan, only 18 years old. The first two go into the quarterfinals. 1000 meters, just over 9 laps of the track, which is 111, just over 111 meters long. Quickest away, Azirov, the Russian. Gooch didn't get too good a one. Coming up on the outside is the young Japanese Tereo. Tereo leads. In second place is the American Coyle. Then Azirov and Gooch at the tail end of the moment found space on the inside to move through fractionally into third place. Moved through very nicely indeed, very smoothly. Tereo of Japan leads. Still the American Coyle in second place. Gooch, Great Britain, third. Azirov of Russia in fourth place. Gooch looking to find space in the inside. It's not there. They've got 5 laps left. Japan in front, America second. Gooch finds room on the inside of the American and goes through into second place. The first two qualify. Still Tereo, this teenage Japanese, has dominated the race out in front. 3 laps left. Tereo leads. Gooch in second place. They're away and clear of the American Coyle. And Azirov of Russia is struggling. Well, this 18 years old from Japan, a real turn-up. He took them on from the start, from the front, and they're in the last lap now. And Gooch in second place, certain to qualify. Tereo celebrates going into the quarterfinals. Gooch goes into second place. In third place it was Coyle, and the Russian Azirov crashed. Wilf O'Reilly, Great Britain, goes in lane number 2 in heat number 7 in this first round of the 1000 meters. The first two sure to go through. Nicky Gooch already qualified. He's got 9 laps of the track to go, and O'Reilly straight in front. Right up on the outside is Lee of China, only 18. And Lee takes it on. O'Reilly in second place at the moment. Losco of France third. And going up third now is Campbell of Canada. O'Reilly taking it very steadily down there, holding the tight line. 7 laps to go. O'Reilly leads for Great Britain. Campbell, Canada in second place. Third is Lee of China. And in fourth place, Losco of France. O'Reilly won 2 gold medals when this was a demonstration sport in Calgary in 1988. Former world champion, 8 times the British champion, and using all his experience there to move through on the inside, and he got there very smoothly indeed. O'Reilly leads for Great Britain. Campbell, Canada in second place. Lee of China is third, and Losco of France in fourth place. Just under 4 laps left. Still the Briton in front. Fell in the semi-final in Albertville 2 years ago, and eventually finished 5th. O'Reilly still dominating the race. 2 laps to go. O'Reilly leads. Campbell second. Lee is third and looking for room on the outside. And suddenly O'Reilly's got a problem. But he picks up very, very quickly indeed. He's in third place though. Only the first 2 qualify. Can he find space? And the answer is no. Campbell of Canada qualifies. Lee in second place. And O'Reilly goes out in the first round. That's the point where Wilf O'Reilly got into trouble. In fact, Lee came up on the inside. There was a Canadian Campbell on the outside. O'Reilly tried to get back on the inside. There wasn't space. Had to relax and settle and couldn't find a way back.
So Nicky Gooch qualified for the quarterfinals. Wilf O'Reilly sadly didn't, but shortly afterwards he spoke to Helen Rollison.
Well, Wilf, tremendous disappointment, and straight away you had a problem. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I just clashed blades on the start, which is, you know, something you always have to put up with. And the whole race, I couldn't really skate the straight how I wanted. I had to sort of stay in on the inside edge. But again, that's just one of the things with this sport.
At one stage, though, you got in front, but when it really came to it...
I was happy with the way with how I felt in my self-condition and everything else. And I just, basically, the whole edge on the one skate was gone, and I just couldn't do anything on it.
Can you just show us that now?
You can actually, I don't know if the light can see it, that's where the clash has actually hit the blade. It's gone all the way along the blade like that. And then just that last bit, it's actually chamfered the whole edge. So you can imagine, as a skier, obviously, would have a much wider ski. Instead of the edge being at 90 degrees to bite into the snow, it's completely chamfered round.
So, I mean, basically, there's absolutely nothing you could do.
Nothing you can do. You just got to go with it and hope that, you know, I mean, these pair of blades, for the 500, I'll have to throw them away and start on another pair of blades.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm really fine.
I don't think he meant that, did he?
No, Will, I think he was joking somewhat there.
How often does something like that happen?
It can happen. It happens in every race normally, but the way you can avoid it is, you know, you give each other space. It's kind of a gentleman's conduct. It's not something you do, obviously, because it damages you and other people.
Well, let's have a look at Wilf's race here. I mean, talk us through this, because he looked, you know, out in front, he looked to be cruising at one point.
Yeah, he was cruising. The earlier laps, there was a lot of swapping and changing, which is not really what Wilf likes. He'd like to get out into the front and skate his own race, dominate the race. He dominated the race up till about 7 laps to go when the other guys came by. I think it was caught unawares by Derek going up the inside and the Chinese guy going around the outside in the later laps. But you'll see that later on.
You were mentioning that Wilf maybe doesn't look as strong as he did?
No, perhaps it's his age, I'm not sure. I wouldn't like to say that, but he seems to have lost a lot of weight off his legs, whether that's from the lack of training due to Monique's accident and that sort of thing. I'm not sure, I've not spoken to him recently. But he looked tired, he looked tense, and there you see normally he'd have been straight back up the inside, didn't seem to have the speed there in the later laps. But obviously it would be very tired from there after swapping and changing.
I think he's resigned himself to the fact now that he isn't going to qualify. There's nothing you could do there.
When you're that far behind with half a lap to go, there is nothing you can do, just hope for somebody to make a mistake.
He did actually say, though, yesterday when I was out there, I spoke to him, and he said that the 1,000 metres probably wasn't his strongest, that he was skating better for the 500 metres.
Yeah, that's probably so. If he has missed a lot of training, he would lose some of his physical fitness, which means he wouldn't be able to do the later laps as fast as he'd like to. Leading into the 500s, I'm sure he'd be very, very keyed up.
Okay. Now the quarterfinals, and the fourth of the quarterfinals, featuring Britain's survivor, Nicky Gooch.
Nicky Gooch, Great Britain, drawn in lane 3 in this fourth quarterfinal. Gable America in 1, Lee of China in 2, Gooch in 3, Gagnon of Canada in lane 4. And this Gagnon now has gone in front. He's only 18, a world champion at this distance. Gooch tucked in at the back. He's the European champion at 1,500 metres and 3,000 metres. Lee of China in front. Gagnon of Canada in second place. Gooch has now gone third, with Gable America 4. 6 laps to go. And Gooch found a way through on the inside. They left a gap a mile wide, and Gooch found it and got through very smoothly. So Gooch, Great Britain leads. Gagnon of Canada in second place. Lee of China third. They come round with 3 to go. And Gable improving it, but taken again by Lee. 2 laps left, and the sprint is on. The leading 2 have stolen about 3 metres. Gagnon for Canada, Gooch, Great Britain in second place, and chasing hard is Lee from China. The first 2 only sure to qualify, and Lee from China attacking on the outside. And Gooch just got him in second place, may have clipped him on the line. There'll be a judge's inquiry. The certain qualifier is Gagnon of Canada. Gooch was across the line second, but the Chinese was trying to get through on the inside and got caught slightly. We'll see what the judges think. It really was a tremendous race for the line. The Canadian gets there. Now, was Gooch at fault or not? He certainly crossed the line second. Perhaps Lee of China was looking for space that wasn't there on the inside, but the judge is now in conference. Another look at that. Look at Lee there. And he certainly caught him, Gooch, with his left arm. But, well, there wasn't much room for the Chinese to get through there. And the news is Lee has been disqualified. There wasn't room on the inside. So the two qualifiers, Gagnon of Canada and Nicky Gooch of Great Britain, goes into the semi-finals.
So those are the qualifiers for the semi-finals. Nicky Gooch of Great Britain makes it in perhaps rather controversial circumstances at the end of that quarter-final. But he's there as we go live to the first of those semi-finals. David Coleman again.
And Nicky Gooch is drawn in this first semi-final. There are 3 Koreans in the 2 semi-finals, 3 Canadians, 1 Briton and 1 Japanese. And he's the youngest man left in the competition. He's only 18, the Japanese. In the first semi-final, Nicky Gooch has drawn Kim, the reigning Olympic champion, and Gagnon, the world champion at 1,000 meters. So it's a very, very difficult draw, but you do expect that in the semi-final of the Olympic Games. The first 2 go into the final later tonight. He's also drawn the bronze medalist from the last Olympic Games as well. Well, the skaters out on the ice now. It's keeping loose. The starter's whistle blows. And Nicky Gooch will be drawn on the inside. Gagnon of Canada in lane 2, Kim of Korea in lane 3, and Lee of Korea in lane 4. Short track world record held by Michael Macmillan of New Zealand, who went out, by the way, in the very first round. Another impatient blast from the starter on the whistle. The track is just over 111 meters long. Let's get just over 9 laps. The draw confirmed. In fact, we've got the gold, silver and bronze medalists from 2 years ago still left in the competition.
In lane number 1, skater number 20, the double
there.
European champion, Nicholas Gooch of Great Britain.
Nick Gooch being introduced to the crowd. He's now 21.
Yvonne Matou in lane number
European
2, skater number
champion
10,
at 1,500 meters and 3,000.
Mark Gagnon, Canada.
That's Mark Gagnon of Canada, only 18, the world champion over 1,000 meters.
Number 3, skater number 33, double Olympic champion.
This is the double Olympic gold medalist from last time, the reigning champion, Kim of Korea. Got a gold medal in the relay as well. On the outside,
former world champion,
another Korean,
Korea.
Lee, the bronze medalist of 2 years ago. So Nicky Gooch here taking on a world champion and 2 of the medalists from 2 years ago. False start. Nicky Gooch was a little uncertain, but he got away reasonably well and settled down in 2nd place. It's Kim, the Olympic champion, out in front. Gooch in 2nd place and loses it to the Canadian Gagnon. So Gagnon leads. Kim in 2nd place. Gooch is 3rd, and 4th, Lee of Korea. Lee of Korea, now the bronze medalist of 2 years ago, tries to attack on the outside, and he takes the lead now. Lee Korea leads. Gagnon of Canada in 2nd place. Kim, the Olympic champion, is 3rd. Nicky Gooch of Great Britain, 4th. Determined to try and improve his position, but doesn't do so as they come round with 5 to go. Tremendous standard here. That's Gooch trying to make it again, but this time, is he going to be held? No, he gets through to 3rd. The leader, Gagnon, in 2nd place at the moment. Here's Lee, and the Olympic champion is last behind Gooch. 3 laps left. Gagnon, Canada leads. Lee, Korea in 2nd place. Gooch, Great Britain is 3rd. Kim, the Olympic champion, in 4th place. 2 laps left, just under. Canada lead, Korea second, Britain third, Korea fourth. And Canadian goes right over it. Canadian's gone completely. Gooch now in the lead. He's got the Olympic bronze medalist in front of him and the Olympic champion behind him. And in fact, the Olympic champion just got through there to take it. Gooch in second place. The bronze medalist of 2 years ago goes out, and Gooch goes into that final. Well, there was some drama in that race. The two Koreans changing places very rapidly. The Canadian, Gagnon, holding his head, but he seems to be okay. Well, Gooch took every advantage there. We'll see on the slow motion replay in a moment exactly what happened. That is Kim, the Olympic champion, goes into the final to defend his title. He's now 26, second in the World Championship in Beijing last year, but coming back to his best form. Now the leader there is Lee, the bronze medalist from 2 years ago. On the inside, the Canadian Gagnon. Gooch looking for room. And, well, he may just have been touched from the back, but I didn't think he was. So Kim comes home in front with Gooch in second place and into the Olympic final. Those places confirmed. Gooch's time, 131.77.
Number 1, Kim Ki-hoon, Korea, 139.69.
The announcement coming up. And it is confirmed that those two have qualified. And no one judged to have fouled the Canadian.
For the A final. Number 3, Lee Yun-ho, Korea. And
good time by Nicky Gooch there. Wolf O'Reilly's British record stands at 131.45, so Gooch just a fraction out of it. That's a good shot, and it tells us exactly what happened. He was over too far, lost it completely, and no one else at fault. So now we come to the second semi-final. That's the lineup. Che, Korea in 1, Terreo, Japan in 2, Freddie Blackburn of Canada in 3, and Campbell, Canada in lane 4. The first two go into the final.
Ivan in lane number 1, skater number 32, former world champion.
In lane 1, this is Che of Korea. He's only 19, he's the world champion at 3,000 meters, got the silver medal at 1,000 and the bronze at 1,500. This is Terreo, the 18 years old Japanese, their national champion and the national hero tonight too. The Japanese here are delighted to see him in the semi-final. This is Freddie Blackburn, the silver medalist from 2 years ago from Canada, only 21. His teammate, Derek Campbell, who's 22 today, and in the Olympic semi-final. Second in the Canadian trials, exceeded all expectations here. Nine laps of the track. And the two Canadians take it on right away. Campbell in front, is coming through very, very swiftly. Terreo of Japan. It's the young Japanese, the 18-year-old, who's really blasted away. Freddie Blackburn now goes into second place, the silver medalist of 2 years ago. Campbell, Canada, in third place, and goes up on the outside to overtake the lot. So Campbell really celebrating his 22nd birthday. Campbell leads, Terreo in second place. Now the Korean coming up on Che on the outside. Tremendous sprint from him. He's had to give a lot of ground away, but he's got there. So Che leads, Terreo in second place. Blackburn is third, fourth is Campbell. Got 4 laps left. Still Korea in front, Japan in second place, and then the two Canadians. And Terreo, 18 years old, just snatches the lead and loses it almost immediately. And coming through on the inside is the other Korean, Che. Oh, and there's been a tremendous crash. A Korean's gone, and so too has the Canadian. As they come round now, they've got one lap to go. Terreo has gone, and the Canadian blackman, the silver medalist from 2 years ago. Real pileup. Both hit the barrier very, very hard indeed. So Che, the world champion at 3,000 metres, comes through to qualify. And in second place, unexpectedly so, 22 today, Derek Campbell of Canada. Well, they live dangerously in short track. There's physical contact inevitable. It's a question of whether it's fair or not. The onus on the overtaking skater to make sure he's clear. But again, the judges will have to look at the replay on this to decide whether anyone will be disqualified.
Certainly a couple of eventful races there, weren't there?
Definitely some very strange falls from positions you wouldn't expect them, really.
But Nicky Gooch, I mean, he was in tremendous form there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he came through on Kim at the perfect time, perfect timing. He got into third place. A great piece of overtaking by the outside. It's a long way around, especially at that speed. And when Marc Gagnon went down, he was there to take advantage.
Is this the tougher of the two races?
I don't know. When you get to this sort of standard, there is no tougher race. Semi-finals at Olympic Games, very tough indeed. You see, he's skating there very relaxed. He's not getting too close. He's just gaining slightly there on Lee, who's still very relaxed. I'm surprised Lee didn't try and go through on Marc Gagnon. Looks like Marc Gagnon actually hits the block before the apex there. Oh no, not this time.
But that must just be so, I mean, so disappointing. Because it was his own fault there, wasn't it?
Yeah, if you saw, it did exactly the same as Wolf did in 2 years ago. He hit the block before the apex, which caused him to go forward onto the toe, yeah. He's known as a bit of an animal, Mark, some of the faces he pulls when he's skating.
But it was definitely nothing that involved Nicky there.
No, it's Marc Gagnon's own fault. The coach should shoot him for that, really.
But through to the final, I mean, that is
wonderful.
Superb.
It's come on a lot this year, he deserves it. Obviously trained very hard.
This is it again. Now let's see exactly what happened there.
There, you see his right blade lifted off the ice, causing him to go that far forward.
Actually, he did well to get out the way, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm not surprised he didn't try and take some more with him.
That's not the name of the game, surely.
No, definitely not.
But Nicky Gooch, I mean, through to the final, I mean, was that expected? Did you expect him to be?
From the way he skated in the European Championships, yes. It was definitely a semi-final place. He's skating very strongly and very fast. He'd lacked slightly on speed on the last couple of years, but he's picked that speed up and he's going very quick now and he's holding it.
Chance for a medal?
Definitely.
Which one?
I'm not saying.
Okay.
OK, that 1,000 metres final coming up very shortly. Let's just look ahead to tomorrow and a programme change tomorrow. We're on the air with an extra programme at 6 until 7 here on BBC Two. And we're also staying on a little later than advertised as well. The reason is the start of the ladies' figure competition, an event that doesn't need a skating judge so much as a local magistrate. Skategate hits the ice. Tonya Harding versus Nancy Kerrigan. There's a cameo role for Katharina Witt as well. We'll look ahead to the Ladies' Championship.
Tonya, you lied to us. Very unfortunate circumstances. Was there ever any point through this that you figured this moment would never come?
Is Tonya Harding hurting inside?
Sometimes. I don't know how I'm going to feel when I see her, and I don't know what will happen.
They went to practice, they skated, they didn't kill each other, they didn't come and fight with each other. So what? I mean, there's got to be more important things to deal with here. But the beast, this media beast, has to have more Harding and Kerrigan stuff.
Had it not been for Tonya and Nancy, Katharina Witt might have expected a little more attention. Always a crowd pleaser, it's 6 years since the double gold medalist left the Olympic arena.
First of all, of course, I was shocked when this whole accident happened. But being here at the Olympics or being at home, finding out how much intensive this is all followed, I think this is not fair for all the other athletes and for the Olympics. And there's so much more importance put in where I feel there's so much more important in the world.
It's a little bit distracting for all the skaters because the only two figure skaters that are in the limelight are Nancy and Tanya, pretty much. They've taken a lot away from the other ones, I think.
Charlene von Sayer, 12th in last year's World Championships, is Britain's best. A top 10 place is her target. But who are the medal contenders? Ukrainian Oksana Bayol, just 16 years old, a consummate scene stealer. She exploded onto the international stage last year and in just 12 months has won 2 European silvers and become world champion. Cyria Bonnelly of France, 4 times European champion, has the title at her fingertips. Athletic, technically superb, and much improved aesthetically. And then there's Katerina. Problems in her technical program at the Europeans brought the question, why did she come back? But then artistically, she can still leave the audience wanting more.
I don't think about any chances. I'm just really happy to be here, that I made the team, and I just want to skate well. I want to give my best. I got a lot of support from a lot of fans and a lot of friends and people, and I feel I have a big audience behind me.
So what of Nancy and Tonya? Outside of America, Nancy Kerrigan is not expected to have a serious chance of becoming Olympic champion, but she did get bronze in Albertville. Tonya Harding's practice sessions have looked anything but smooth, and as the hour approaches, the focus on the women's Olympic figure skating has never been greater.
The only thing you have to say on the night is, and now on the ice, Tonya Harding. Because if you don't know who she is by now, you've been visiting the moon for the last month, and now on the ice is Nancy Kerrigan. All our work's been done for us. We don't have to tell you who these people are.
And it all starts in our earlier-than-scheduled programme tomorrow evening, 6 o'clock, BBC 2. Now, the 1,000 metres men's short track final, that's about 15 minutes away. We'll be back at Hamar live for that. In the meantime, we'll return to everything that surrounds Jane Torvill and Christopher Dean's ice dance bronze medal last night. They're at Hamar watching the short track tonight, and we aim to speak to them live very shortly.
But first of all, looking back to last night, where did they lose it? Let's look at the marks of the 3 couples. There are 2 sets, technical and artistic impression. The artistic marks are on the bottom half of your screen, and they show that there was very little difference between the 3 skaters. But Jane and Chris lost it on the technical. The 3rd row of marks there show that 6 of the judges put them in 3rd place, with 5.6 from the German judge, the lowest mark.
Well, their free dance was as good as they can produce. So were the judges at fault, or did the fault lie with the content of the programme? Earlier today, Barry Davis got the view of the Canadian bronze medalist of 6 years ago, Tracy Wilson.
Their performance gave me goosebumps, and there was so much that I liked about it, and I think it was such a pleasant surprise to see the way it has evolved and how quickly it has evolved. I was really shocked. And I think the judges were shocked, too.
Because when you watched it for the first time, you weren't 100% sure?
No, I wasn't. And that's where I said I've got to, reserve judgment until I see them perform it. The first day they came here, they had trouble with it on practice. It looked a little rough. And it's just incredible, because last night it just all came together. And I think their performance level just came up true competitors. When you can rise to the occasion like that and have a performance like that when you have to.
So you gave it to them, 6,000 people watching, several million others watching, thought they should have won the gold medal. Why didn't they?
Why? Well, okay, the reason I think they didn't was I've got the sense last night that it was prejudged. And I just had the feeling that the judges weren't expecting it to bring the house down like that performance did. I talked to some judges today, and when I first saw the marks, I thought, okay, they're being marked down for something. The judges are deducting because the first set of marks were so low. And what I thought it was that you're allowed to have 5 lifts and as many assisted jumps or lifts as you like, and I thought maybe the judges are considering some of the assisted jumps or lifts to be actually be lifts. When I talked to the judge today, I was told that the final move they thought was illegal, and so that was brought up in the judges' meeting. And what else? There was one other move where Chris throws Jane out and she does the little jump, that they thought that she did too many rotations. Now, I haven't had a chance. I looked at the lift over the shoulders and I didn't think it was illegal. I haven't had a chance to look at the throw out, but what I did say to the judge was, okay, so you deducted for that. Now, Grichuk and Platov had a separation that lasted for 8 seconds. Now, where was the deduction there? Okay. And so that's fine. If the judges are going to judge that way, if they're going to deduct for illegalities, then okay, let's do it right through the competition. And the judge said to me that she felt that Grichuk and Platov's program was difficult, and I totally disagreed. I thought they really sold it. I thought it was fast, it was exciting, but it wasn't difficult. There was a lot of hand-to-hand skating, a lot of separation, and that's what allows you to do the difficult footwork.
And Usava-Zulin?
Usava-Zulin, I enjoyed their program, and a lot of people didn't like the look. They liked them to be dramatic. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It was lighthearted. But the end just didn't have the impact, and it just started, it slowed right down the last piece and started to crawl. So for me, that wasn't Olympic champion material either.
Strong words there from Tracy Wilson. But now let's hear from one of Britain's top judges, the 4-time world champion, Courtney Jones.
The marking system for ice dancing is quite a sensible one, and you are able to assess a performance by that, but in the end, perhaps the second mark, where it says the artistic impression, is very suitably named because it is an artistic impression of the overall skater's performance, and that can be, to a certain extent, subjective as to... But the top 5 last night all were extremely top-class skaters, and basically any of those 5 couples could have won the free dance. So who is to decide who is right or who is wrong?
Very good question indeed. We aim to speak live to Jane and Chris in just a moment. Let's just remind you of the closing stages, though, last night of their free dance. Chris and Jane are back at the Harmar Auditorium where all that happened last night. For short track speed skating, Chris, what are your impressions of that sport?
It's pretty exciting. The audience are right behind it. A lot of gongs, a lot of noise going on here, and it's pretty speed's thrilling. I think I'd like to have a go at it myself.
Well, there's been a lot going on since last night's superb effort by the two of you. What's it been like over there? Has the debate continued about what's in the minds of the judges?
Yeah, we've been doing lots of interviews most of the day, and it's the same questions all the time. And I guess when they're not interviewing us, they're interviewing other people, judges, former skaters, etc. It is quite, you know, everyone's talking about it.
One thing that has come up here is the observation that one of the final moves in that routine, that flip, that lift at the end of the routine, was illegal. And you were marked down as a result of that, Chris.
Well, it's to do with lifting the lady above your shoulders. But at the point when Jane goes over my head, it's all inertia that I initiate her from my body, from my hips. I push back, which sends her into the air, and all that's happening is that she's pivoting around my hands. I'm not holding her or lifting her in any way. So it's effectively a jump by herself by that time, because it's her own momentum that's carrying her over. I'm not lifting her at that point.
So you're confident you're within the rules there?
Well, that's why we put it in.
Jane, Chris, what was the reaction around the village over the last day?
I think we've had so much support.
Yeah, so many telegrams from the people in Britain. Thank you very much, everybody. And we've had a lot from America.
Or from all around the world.
All over Europe.
Writing in. We've been really stunned by everybody's reaction of how much support that we had last night, not only in the building, but everybody that was watching. And our peers, you know, the other skaters were all congratulating us.
Television audience of what, 23 million we had in this country for you last night, which I think is just about the biggest ever British sports audience, televised sports audience. Has anything formed in your minds now, or starting to form, about where you go from here in respect to the World Championships?
Well, we have to stay here for another few days, and then we'll go home, have a little break, and sort of really think about the World Championships and how long we have to prepare, and if we indeed, you know, intend to go, whether we should or whether we shouldn't.
It's going to be really hard to top the performance that we had here. I think we could do it again, but this was such a special evening for us, and it's a great memory. It's one of those that maybe come once in a lifetime. We thought, you know, 1984 with Bolero was wonderful, but tonight, I mean, the other night, it was equally as wonderful for us.
The crowd reaction certainly was superb, wasn't it?
Oh,
you won't forget that.
Unbelievable.
Can't believe how much support and how much it lifted. We was listening to Tracy earlier, what she said about the performance, and it really, the crowd and the feeling and the whole atmosphere really carried us through that. It was one of those where the emotion really ran with what we were doing.
Well, you have an opportunity now, an official opportunity, to try and establish why the judges gave the marks they did last night, because that's important if you're going to the Worlds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, we will get some explanation, and we'll listen to what they have to say.
But the mood between the two of you now must be good.
We're still very happy, because it was just a great night for us.
It was. I mean, people sort of regard it that we lost last night. We didn't win a gold medal, but I think we won something last night.
Yes. And congratulations on your engagement, which you announced today, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Well, I sense the noise and the atmosphere is building up there. I know you're battling the sound just a little.
We're ready to support Nikki out there, and hope he gets a medal in the final.
Yeah. Is it quite nice being back in the Hammer Amphitheatre without any judges around?
It's wonderful to be part of the spectator and just be sat there and not having the tension and the worry and the concentration that you have to have before you go out for an event. We can understand how Nicky's feeling, really focused and getting into what he's going to be doing tonight. And it's nice to sort of enjoy the occasion.
Is there a mood, a sense of team spirit among all the British skaters, not just the figure skaters, but the speed skaters?
They're all over there in the blue, waving their flags and cheering away. Yeah, it's great.
Well, he's got a great opportunity in the next few minutes, Nicky Gooch. But once again, from all of us, congratulations on the way you performed last night.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Right, we're back with Nicky Gooch in that 1,000 metres final in just a couple of minutes' time, around about 5 minutes. But without question, the top male athlete of the game so far, well, he's a speed skater, the Norwegian speed skater. He's not a short track man, he's a speed skater. Johan Olaf Koss, with 3 gold medals and 3 world records. Among his many admirers is Eric Heiden, who is himself one of the most successful Winter Olympians ever. And he talked to Hazel Irvine.
The boss, Johan Olaf Koss, is a national hero. Norway has gone Koss crazy after seeing him grab 3 golds and smash 3 world records, the last of them in the 10,000 metres by a massive 12 seconds.
If somebody had told me before, I would never believe them that was possible. It was like a new dimension when I was skating, but it was going so easy, and I thought, well, this is my chance. It's my only chance for sure I have on the 10 to do a good race. So I had to try. But in the start, I was really scared also, because maybe this will blows up in the end. I will get really tired, but it went well the whole way.
His golden campaign began in the 5,000.
Koss! 6:35.53 to beat the world record! Has gone!
I was really uncertain before I started, and I had a tremendous race. And that gave me the best feeling, maybe, because after that it gave me back my self-confidence and everything was going really good. So.
What part did the crowd in the Viking ship play?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's just that everybody cheer at you, and it's loud. It's so loud that you like want mostly to go like this, but they really cheer you around the track, and it's just fantastic.
That crowd had better savour these memories. Koss says he'll quit the sport next year to continue his medical studies.
It's difficult, I think, to find higher goals than the Olympics on the home track. I think that's very difficult. I can maybe do it one more year. As I did last year, I combined it fully with the studies. I can maybe do it one more year, but then I think I have to... It takes so much of you, the studies in medicine.
So no more Johan Koss at the Olympics?
No, I don't think so.
Koss goes into the book of all-time skating greats, vying for top spot with Eric Heiden of America. He won 5 golds in Lake Placid, but now a spectator, even he's impressed.
To do so well under so much pressure, because all the eyes of Norway, I'm sure, were on him. I bet you Norway stopped while he skated his 1,500 and his 5,000 and 10,000. Be able to skate world records in 3 races, and to do that from middle distance up to long distance, it makes him one of the best skaters that we've ever seen.
The most modest of sports stars, Koss has an endearing humility too. He donated his £20,000 win bonus to Olympic Aid, a charity for which he's an ambassador around the world.
I had the opportunity to go to Eritrea and see what sports really means for building up a new country. And that really was a satisfaction for me, also for the sports. If you can understand it, it may be difficult, but it gave me a lot, and it also gave me the inspiration for training. And when I was having these great moments in my life, I really wanted to share it with the people who don't have the opportunities and the same life as I have.
His unassuming modesty and talent will be missed, but Koss the boss has left an indelible mark in Olympic history.
Johan Olaf Koss talking with Hazel Irvine there, but the speed skating has now moved on to the short track variety, and in a few minutes we're live for the men's 1,000 metres final, featuring Britain's Nicky Gooch and Matt Jasper. Your opinions on Nicky? What would he be doing now? How do you organise yourself before an event like this?
Before, I'm not sure. I wish I knew.
Speculate.
I guess he'll be trying to relax a lot. This kind of skater Nicky is, he gets more and more confident as the rounds go on. He'll have to come off the ice, sharpen his skates, after each race. Then he'll be trying to sit, prepare, take a drink, talk to the coach Alan, see what he's got to say, pick out some tactics, discuss race plans, etc.
How has he developed as a competitor? over the last few weeks. That European Championship was a major achievement for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fabulous. I think the last time Nicky skated that well, he won the 1,000 metres in Reims in 1990. It was a great surprise then. This year it wasn't so much as a surprise. He'd skated very well all year. From the very first competition in September we had in Guildford, he'd obliterated the field, so to speak. So Wolf O'Reilly had just come back from Holland, and everybody was expecting Willie to walk away with it, and Nicky skated very similar to he has this evening.
Let's hope he keeps up that form. He goes in the A final for the medals. That's the next race but one. It's the B final, first of all. We're live for that. With that man, David Coleman.
Thanks a lot. Got a packed stadium, and in fact, in this we've got two Canadians drawn against a Japanese and a Korean. Just over 9 laps of the track, and they're skating really for 5th to 8th places. Set up very modestly. 2 Canadians in front, and already Lee, the bronze medalist from 2 years ago, fed up with that. Didn't want the Canadians to dictate it and then just produce a fast sprint, because Lee, who's a good finisher himself, but better known over the longer distance. So Lee of Korea leads. In second place is Blackman, the silver medalist from 2 years ago. Third is Gagnon, the world champion at 1,000 metres. And in fourth place, the 18-year-old Japanese, Tereo. Blackman and Tereo very unlucky, they both fell. And so too did Gagnon. Oh, and the Korean there was in desperate trouble, the bronze medalist. From 2 years ago, he's right out of it now. And the leader is number 10, Gagnon of Canada. Second place to Reo of Japan. Third is Blackman. Half a lap to go. And it's the Canadians first and second there. Gagnon with Blackman in second place. So they finished 5th and 6th in the competition. I don't think the 4 finalists for the actual first, second, third and fourth places will have seen much of that. But Lee of Korea, the bronze medalist, lost it completely, and entirely his own fault. Actually, just a word back to the London studio and a bit of advice from there. We've just had a message passed to us saying that if 2 fall in the final, the winner of the B race would take the bronze medal. So what are we going to say about that back in London?
So if 2 fall in the final, Matt Jasper, the winner of the B race is promoted. You've got a frown on your face.
I don't know what to say. I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you make the A final, you're one of the top 4 in the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're not.
Yeah.
Why should somebody who skates in the B final get a medal?
Hopefully.
So what would be the answer? To skate off for the 2 that fall?
No. If 2 fall, if 2 don't finish, then you just have a first and a second place. If somebody finishes from 5 to 8, they don't get a medal. They weren't good enough to make the Olympic final. I can't believe they actually said it.
Hopefully that eventuality won't arise. We've had enough confusion about how Olympic medals are decided in the last couple of days. There he is. There's Nicky. And you read a lot, I know, Matt, into expressions on faces before races. Is he looking confident? Is he looking calm?
He looks his natural colour there. He doesn't get much darker than that. He looks in control, actually. If I was him, I'd be sitting down, shaking, I would think. But he looks in control. Yeah, there he goes. He looks in more control than I thought he would do. He's having a think. I'm sure he's got a race plan.
But getting the skates absolutely right is vital, as we've seen earlier from Wilf, and that's probably the last thing that he'll make absolutely sure of.
Yeah, he'll have checked his skates. He'll have his leather skate guards on, and he'll be convinced that his skates are right. Otherwise, he'll be messing around. The coach will be running around. But he's sitting there looking at him. He looks in control. He looks in very good control.
And in some ways, the draw's worked out for him, hasn't it? I mean, he's had a bit of a rest between races.
Yeah, you're supposed to have, by ISU ruling, you have to have 20 minutes, but I think they're giving you about 35 minutes, I guess, at the games, which is right. They've done the timing right this time. They've run the 1,000 straight through. You're getting better, faster races as the races progress, which is the way you need it in short track.
It's all about to happen. Nick is on the ice. And I think David Coleman can take the story on for us.
Well, there's the draw, in fact. Campbell in the inside lane, then Che, Nicky Gooch in lane 3, and Che in lane, and rather Kim, the champion, in lane 4. Incidentally, I think that message that was pushed up on the board is absolute nonsense. I've never heard anything like it, because as we were saying back in London, I mean, if two fall in the final, they've only got to get up and finish to qualify for the medals. They are in the final. So that nonsense on the scoreboard cannot be right. Incidentally, the man who finished second in that battle for 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th places, Blackburn of Canada, has been disqualified. Will Ferrari, one of the watchers, went out in the first round. And the lineup on the inside, Campbell of Canada. And in 2 is Che.
In lane number 1.
That is
number 9, representing
Derek
Canada,
Campbell of Canada,
Derek
22
Campbell.
today. Second in the Canadian trials. What a birthday.
Yvonne Atul in lane number 2, skater number 32, representing Korea.
This is Che, only 19, the world champion at 3,000 metres.
Yvonne Atul in lane number 3, skater number 20, representing Great
Number 20,
Britain.
Nicky Gooch, 21, European champion, 1,500 and 3,000 metres.
Yvonne Atul in lane number 4, skater number 33,
Lane
representing
number 4,
Korea, the double Olympic champion,
wearing
Kim Ki-hoon,
33,
Korea.
the reigning Olympic champion, Kim Ki-hoon of Korea. The final of the Olympic 1,000 metres. 2 Koreans, 1 Canadian and 1 Briton. Away they go first time. Nicky Gooch didn't get a very good start and is back in 4th place at the moment. The leader now is Campbell, the outsider from Canada. In 2nd place, number 32, Che of Korea, and Gooch moves up smoothly on the outside into 2nd place now. So it's Canada 1, Britain 2nd. In 3rd and 4th place, the Koreans, with the champion, the man in 4th place, Kim. Doesn't look too fast. Campbell in front, Gooch in 2nd place, then Che, then Kim. And the Koreans now beginning to attack. Coming hard on the outside was Che, but he didn't get there. Still Campbell of Canada leading. Gooch of Great Britain in 2nd place. In 3rd place now, the Olympic champion Kim. They've got 3 laps to go. Or 3.5 laps to go, rather. And the way clear on the inside there. Gooch took it, and the Canadians crashed out. Was Gooch guilty of a foul or not? Number 33, Kim, the Olympic champion, leads. In 2nd place is Gooch. 3rd is Che. And Gooch almost went there, but held on. 1 lap to go. Kim Ki-hoon going for a 2nd Olympic gold medal in successive games. Gooch in 2nd place. And he gets 2nd. With Che 3rd. An astonishing result for Nicky Gooch. 21. The European champion at 1,500 and 3,000 metres, and gets a silver medal in the games. But there may well be a question of disqualification.
In the Albertville Games,
the Canadian crashed out, and certainly Gooch was nearest to him. Well, what a good season he's had.
Korea's Kim.
Kim, now 26. Gooch being watched by Jane and Chris. And I wonder if he's improved on their bronze medal. Certainly finished in the silver position, but we'll wait to see what the judges have to say about the replay. The Canadian Campbell hit the deck hard, very hard indeed. Actually, I'm just looking across at the judges' desk. I can see no sign of activity at all. And the Koreans celebrating first and third. This man won 2 gold medals at the last games. The first in this event, and then led Korea to the gold in the relay. One of the strongest nations in the world in short track skating. Well, Nicky Gooch seems to have left the arena as the Koreans celebrate their gold and bronze. That's Che, who's only 19, the other one. The marvellous World Championships in Beijing last year, when he won 3 medals. Gold in the 3,000, silver in the 1,000, and bronze in the 1,500. And by the way, there is a question of disqualification being considered by the judges. Well, somebody caught one of the rubber blocks that mark the bends. And it's up to the skater who's overtaking, really, to get clearance. But anyway, the jury is now meeting and watching these pictures. Matt, sitting back there, what do you reckon?
It looked close to me. I'm not sure. I've only seen the replays that you've seen. It was very close on the blocks. I didn't see an arm push Derek over, but it's not up to me, as Jane and Chris know. It's what the judges see.
Absolutely, yes. But the question of overtaking, the overtaking skater has got to go wide and give himself room, hasn't he?
The onus is on the overtaking skater to go through cleanly. Short track is supposedly a non-contact sport. There could have been a touch there slightly, I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to say.
Well, there's a hush in the stadium now. There's a lot of British support here, by the way. And of course, a lot of Canadian support as well. A lot of team members come over to Hammer tonight to watch the short track. Well, they've been very quick with the decision so far, but this time it involves medal placings. Incidentally, Campbell did get up and finish. Just trying to get some clue from one or two people who are rushing up and down as to what they're thinking. Let's have a look at this again.
For dem så ser vi at damene nå forbereder seg til sin B-finale.
Well, it looked as if Nicky Gooch actually was just sliding slightly wide and may have caught the Canadian, but it's a very, very awkward decision. Meanwhile, they're getting ready now for the women's relay B race, which you won't be seeing, but we'll hope to get a decision for you before that, but there's absolutely nothing showing on the scoreboard at all. Right, well, just have a look at the whole race again, and Matt back in London can perhaps join me on this. There they are. And Gooch didn't get away too well. And the leaders Campbell, with the Koreans settling down in second and third places. Che and Kim, who went on to win. Now, it's very noticeable here that Campbell tried to slow the race down. Gooch got himself in an attacking position, and then the Koreans decided on this next lap they'd had enough of it. Matt.
Yeah, Nicky, a great piece of overtaking. He went into the lead in second place at the right time. The Koreans wouldn't want a slow race. Derek obviously did. He was obviously feeling the pace from the other racers. Perhaps Derek played into Nicky's hands here. He let it go. Nicky's an attacking skater, as we've seen earlier. The he's kept the Koreans out well there, making them more tired. He's still in second place, relaxed. Derek speeding up. He's still in second place. He's still very relaxed. If you look at his face, Kim's now trying around the outside, as he did it 2 years ago. Here's the collision. Nicky's right arm came out there after a slight touch with Derek. Whether the judges saw that from the inside or not, I'm not sure.
And a terrific finish by Nicky Gooch to hold off Che in third place there, who's the world champion at 3,000.
Very much so, yeah. He's skating very strongly. Kim's out there in the lead now. He's got the race sewn up. Nicky's holding
Nicky
the
Gooch
track.
in second place, but I'm afraid the news is that Nicky Gooch has been disqualified. I've just heard that, and it's gone up on the scoreboard, or on the computer. It's not on the main scoreboard yet. Now, in a case like this, can the British team put in an objection themselves? I mean, there, undoubtedly, Gooch did catch him. But anyway, the news is Gooch has been disqualified.
Sandra de l'Église and 118 Laure Drouet.
Whether it be at Norwegian Kroner or what, I'm not sure. They can put in an official written report. They have to describe the race, describe the incident from how they saw it, how Alan Luke, the national coach, saw it, and then it goes to the officials. I think once they've made the decision's final. It won't be reversed.
You were looking a bit despondent when you saw the original incident, but we can see it again here. And just to emphasise that the onus is on the overtaking skater. Now, that's the Canadian in this position, isn't it?
No, Nicky's was in second place going up the straight.
Only just.
Only just. You have to be clear of the man going into the blocks, where you can see Nicky's hit the blocks there. Derek's gone down there. Nicky's right arm, he was swinging his arm. I don't think it was a push, but Nicky was the man in second place trying to get into first. Very disappointed.
Well, let's hear from a disappointed man now. Live there is Helen Rollason with Nicky Gooch.
Well, Nick, it's great of you to talk to us. You must be very, very disappointed. Tell us exactly what happened.
Well, the race was speeding up. I decided to make a move up the field. I made a charge for the bend. It was a 50-50 going into it. The Canadian leant on me, fell, and the judges decided to call charging in the bend for a disqualification. So, you know, that's how it sometimes goes. It's 50-50. You know, you take the chance.
Do you think it was a fair decision?
No, I don't think it's a fair decision, but that's how short track is, and you go with the decisions that the referees make.
The frustration is it all goes in a split second. We thought you got silver, and there you were gone.
I thought I had silver, and then the referees came over to my coach, and I knew then. So, but that's how it goes.
If you can take some comfort, you were going for it right from the first round. You've still got the 500 to come. You're obviously a very aggressive competitor. You should get a medal.
I hope I get a medal. I'm going to go for it in the 500s. You know, it's make or break in these sort of situations. You know, things like this happen. It's short track.
Can you protest?
No, once the referee's decision's made, that's final. There's no way of appealing against it now.
Will you be able to pick yourself up for the 500?
It's given me a big confidence boost. I know that I'm good enough, so I'll be out there gunning for first in the 500s.
Well, we're all cheering for you today. Let's hope it goes right for you.
Thank you.
Well, we've had a couple of nights of high hopes followed by frustration, haven't we? But how often does this kind of thing happen in the sport? It's not meant to be a contact sport, but it's inevitable, isn't it?
It is inevitable. It's the same with all, you know, close contact sports. The speed the guys are travelling now, you're going to get contact. You've got to be a very fast skater to overtake at that pace. Nicky very nearly did it. It would have been a superb piece of overtaking, and I'd like to see what would have happened after that. There's disqualifications in all levels, from the smallest juniors to the biggest seniors.
Yeah. What's your feeling about further medal prospects in the 500?
500 metres, the way he skated tonight, he's got a great chance. I'd love to see him get a medal. He deserves it this year. Perhaps could have a British one and two. I'm not sure how Will's going to pick himself up, but Nicky's definitely skating well, and if he gets a couple of good rounds, the medal could be his.
OK, I think we can go back to Hamar and get a little further news from David Coleman. David.
Well, it's astonishing. In fact, Nicky Gooch has been disqualified, And now the judges are saying Campbell did not finish. So what happens next? At the moment, we've got Koreans in the gold and silver position, but no one in the bronze. Now, does the Canadian who won the B final, going on, move into the bronze position? It's a really extraordinary situation. And there's a total lack of information here.
Well, that was the situation that we were hoping earlier wasn't going to arise. Two finishers in the A final and possibly the winner of the B final promoted, but that's nonsense, isn't it?
It is. I mean, the TV should show a video to the referees to prove that if Derek crossed the line, actually I saw him getting himself off the ice there, and he looked like he was going to finish. It'd be very unwise for him not to have finished in a situation like that. I can't see a guy, even if Derek's not that experienced at the moment, he's only skated 2 worlds, but I'm sure he knows he has to finish each race, and there's no way anybody in the B final should get a medal in the A final.
Has anything like that happened before?
No, I mean, it's the first time I've ever heard of it. The way it's always been run before, you don't have A or B finals in the World Championships, you have an A final, and that's all. They had an A and B final in Albertville to decide 5 to 8 and 1 to 4, the positions that is. But I'm really don't know what to say. I can't believe it's actually happening.
We're perplexed here. Let's get a bit more from David. David.
Well, the confusion here is absolutely total. Commentators and journalists are walking around exchanging opinions about it. We haven't got a bronze medal winner at the moment. The Koreans have finished first and second, Kim and Che. That is beyond any doubt at all. But who gets the bronze is a big question, and no one seems to know the answer. When Matt says he's not heard of it before, there are literally hundreds of journalists here and media people who haven't either.
Well, we await to see how that story resolves itself, but judges are having a good games, aren't they, the last couple of days? They're really finding their feet over the last couple of days of competition. Stay with us, Matt, and we'll pick up the way that story develops. Short track.
Short-track speed skating made a colourful debut to the Games in 1992. It's head-to-head. It's all about being first across the line. Athletes are travelling at 25 to 30 miles an hour, and the boot needs to be specially designed. It's moulded to fit the individual like a slipper. The 16-inch blade is attached by bolts and is offset to the left to assist high-speed cornering. Protective helmets, shin pads and knee pads are essential. It's a non-contact sport, but with 4 skaters in each final, crashes are common. In the new 500-metre race, a good start is crucial, running on ice before getting into the sliding, gliding movement to produce maximum speed. Exploding from the gun like a 100-metre sprinter, it's a huge advantage to be in front out of the first bend. From there, it's a scramble for the line. But unlike athletics, it's not the first torso across that counts, but the first skate, by whatever means.
Those are the basics of the sport. David Coleman, I'm sure, will take us through any additional refinements as we go into the heats of the men's 500 metres. Nicky Gooch goes in heat 7, but Wilf O'Reilly, in his strongest event, lined up in heat 2.
Wilf O'Reilly, Great Britain, drawn right at the outside in lane 4, and this the second heat in the first round of the 500 metres. Lane 1, Gagnon of Canada. Lane 2, Juvelsov of Netherlands. Lane 3, Bradbury of Australia. 500 metres is 4.5 laps of the track, and already the gun's gone, and a recall. Stephen Bradbury was the faller. It's always awkward going into that first bend, especially with 4 quick starters.
Referees use their opportunity to call off this heat, call for a restart, terrible start for those skaters.
Watching that, Bradbury was squeezed for room. Actually, he slipped without touching anybody. Wilf O'Reilly with a problem. And 3 false starts already in this, the second heat of the first round of the 500 metres. And O'Reilly having his skate blade examined, clearly wasn't happy. It was drawn right on the outside. The second heat and the first round of the 500 metres. and the judges having a long, hard discussion. Archie Marshall, one of the coaches there for the skaters, getting very, very annoyed indeed. I think O'Reilly wanted to change his skates. Lining up for the 4th time now, and this the second heat of the 500 metres. Wolf O'Reilly going for Great Britain, Bradbury Australia, Gagnon of Canada, and Juvelsov of the Netherlands. And O'Reilly out in front, he got a very, very good start indeed. The Canadian who got the bronze medalist in the 1,000 metres, Gagnon in second place. The first two sure to qualify. Gagnon takes the lead. O'Reilly, though, holding the inside, but Gagnon's got the edge. O'Reilly in second place. Bradbury moving up on the outside, and Juvelsov. And it's still Gagnon way in front. O'Reilly almost lost it there. O'Reilly really hanging on in second place. And it's very, very close indeed. And O'Reilly's lost his way. Can he get back on the inside? Gagnon wins it. O'Reilly goes out. He's back in 4th place. Gagnon wins it. And in second place, Bradbury, Australia. That was a rough, rough ride for all the skaters. But once Gagnon got away, he was out of trouble. And O'Reilly really had a very, very bumpy trip. This is the point where O'Reilly was in trouble on the bend. Gagnon takes over. O'Reilly really accelerates to get back in. He's got the Dutchman on the inside of him. There's a bump there, and quite clearly. And that's where O'Reilly lost out and dropped back to 4th place. Tried to get back on the inside again. It was closed by the Dutchman again. Bradbury came up with a clear run on the outside. Gagnon wins, Bradbury second, and O'Reilly goes out.
Well, Will, show us the blade straight away.
There it is, in all its glory, huh? And it just wouldn't allow me to get off the ice and change it.
Now, explain what happened. First of all, there was a little bit of a false start, and then there was a definite false start, and then you were brought back again after a terrible start.
I knew that my blade wasn't right, and we asked if I could get off the ice. And I was in heat number 2 to go as heat number 8. There are 8 heats. So that would have given me time to put on a new pair of blades. That was why all the waiting was about. And then they said no, which was crazy. I mean, I had 2 options. I either didn't skate the race at all, or I just sort of tried with what I had, hoping that I qualified and obviously get on a new pair of blades again tomorrow. But obviously they wouldn't settle for that. And I had to race the race like this, but I just can't believe this. You know, when it happens, it happens.
Unbelievably, you nearly qualified as well.
Yeah, like, I mean, I was having so much problem in the turn. I was just skating the whole turn on my right foot and then just working the straight, but because of there's such a big gap out the middle of the blade's not gliding at all.
But you looked at one stage, though, you were pushed as well.
Well, you know, I mean, I had so many things trying to concentrate just on staying on my feet that, yeah, there's really nothing I could do.
Archie, can't we protest, do something about it?
We are doing that right now, but I'm so angry because out with him going out of the Olympics, they endangered the lives of 4 skaters, and they knew what they were doing. The Olympic spirit is everybody competes on an even ground, and they didn't do that. They didn't allow it, but they really endangered people's lives, and I just can't believe it. I'll never accept what they've done out there. They should never referee any speed skating match ever again.
If they don't allow you to protest, what will you do?
We'll protest, take it as far as we can, but nothing will happen now because for them to back down, they would have to get off the ice and be replaced.
Will, thanks very much for talking to us. It's been a rotten time for you, and hope you can get over it in some way. Thanks very much for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Matt Jasper, that fella has the most desperate luck, doesn't he?
He did. Those things do happen. It happened to him on Tuesday. But for the referees not to put the races back, plain stupidity.
Do you feel as angry about it as clearly he does?
Not as strongly as Wolf, obviously, but I'm upset that the referees could allow that to happen. Like Archie said, there are 4 other people out there on the ice. People could have been injured severely.
Talk about the safety aspects of it. Injured for what reason? Obviously, it's a jagged edge, but there'd be metal out on the ice as well.
Yeah, obviously, if Will did make contact with one of the other skaters, it would cut you very severely. But the pieces of metal on the ice, there's an inch and a half gone of the blade. There's going to be bits of metal all over the ice, not just in one place. If one of the other guys hits that, he's going to lose his sharp edge. It's the race over for them. They could be in the barrier, broken legs, whatever.
with his skate in that condition, with his blade in that condition, he really had no chance of competing on an even playing field, as it were.
Well, no, I mean, you saw him, he was out of the blocks on the start, first off, superb start. He was actually very wound up to the incident, and he did very well to stay in front for as long as he did. He nearly held the Dutch guy off. I don't know what would have happened without the incident happening.
He had similar luck in the 1,000 metres earlier this week, but we all thought that his highest hopes were here in the 500 metres. What now for Wilf? He's been such a great ambassador for the sport.
I really couldn't say. We've got British Championships in a couple of weeks. Whether he goes back to Holland and rethinks what he's going to do, I'm not sure. Hopefully we'll see him in the British Championships and the Worlds, which are in Guildford in March. I wouldn't like to say what he's going to do. I don't know how he's feeling. I can only imagine, and he's going to be very, very upset. Is
it another example of a confused ruling, a strange ruling? We had one on Tuesday night with a promotion of the winner of a B final to a bronze medal, which was curious, but this seems decidedly unfair.
Yeah. I think we've seen some very stupid refereeing tonight, and like I said, hopefully we'll never see these referees on the ice again. It was a situation where the blade was broken, and the referees could see that. They do know what a speed skate should look like, and that's not what a short track skate looks like. They should have brought the racers back.
Desperate for poor old Wilf, but as Archie also says, it's unlikely to have any effect on the outcome. Well, it isn't going to have any effect on the outcome, is
No,
it?
they will not change it.
Does seem like one rule for one and one rule for another. It caused us to reflect on the Estonian figure skater this week, Magnus Hernitz, who saw one of his skates come undone during the men's technical programme, but he was allowed to stop after appealing to the judges and the referee. He had the skate repaired and started his routine again a little later on, and surely the same should apply to Wilf O'Reilly tonight, but it didn't. But we've got another competitor, Nicky Gooch. He was going in heat number 7. This is what happened, and David Coleman again.
Nick Gooch drawn in lane 3, and this the 7th heat in the first round of the 500 metres. On the inside is Gable, United States. In lane 2, Macmillan, New Zealand. In lane 3, Gooch of Great Britain. Lane 4, the man in the picture, Huygen of Belgium. The first two go through. 500 metres, 4.5 laps of the track. And Macmillan in trouble straight away.
In the lead, and Gable to Nicky Gooch.
Gable goes in front, Gooch in second place at the moment, Huygen third, and Macmillan, the big New Zealander, way back in 4th place. Still Gable going well, very disappointed with himself 2 days ago in the 1,000 metres. Said that everything he got wrong was his own fault.
Gable leads to Gooch.
Nobody else got in his way. He made tactical errors all the way. And now Gable and Gooch away together. Gooch in the final in the 1,000 metres, now leading in the 500 metres from Gable. 1 to go. Still Gooch leading, Gable in second place. The first two qualify. And Gooch looking relaxed and easy. 21 years old, and he really has grown up in these Olympic Games.
Another Olympic record.
Disqualified in that 1,000-metre final, but qualifies quite easily here from Gable and goes now into the quarterfinals on Saturday. The time 44:03, and if that is correct, and the unofficial times have been incorrect on occasions, but if that is correct, it will be a new Olympic record for Nick Gooch.
Well, that cheered us up a bit. Nicky Gooch qualifying and qualifying well. New Olympic record, but then again, it is a new Olympic event. But this was the reaction of Nicky Gooch talking to Helen Rollison.
Well, Nicky, great to have a success story tonight. That was terrific.
Yeah, it was a good race. I was pleased with it.
For 4 minutes, you held the new Olympic record.
I held the new Olympic record for 4 minutes, but it will go a lot quicker than that by the finals. I'm quite confident of that.
You said after the 1,000 that you were going for gold in the 500. You certainly looked as though you meant business. What was your thoughts? What were your thoughts as you went to the line today?
My main concern was getting off a good start. That's my weakest part of the 500 metres, is the start. Luckily, I didn't have strong starters there with me. I got a reasonable start, got a bit of a trip, but I kept going, and I just skated strong, caught the guy I wasn't aware of the time, which is actually, I believe, to be a British record as well. So it was a personal best for me as well, but I felt comfortable, and it was a good race. I was pleased with it.
Had you any idea what had happened to Wilf?
I was watching on the TV. I knew that he was having trouble with his skate. I saw he had a kick, but I didn't know how badly the blade was damaged. But I wasn't really thinking about that. I was just concentrating on my own race.
So no difficulty in focusing yourself?
No difficulty in focusing myself. I was.
Are you looking forward to the final now?
Yeah, we've still got a long way to go to the finals. A lot can happen, but they'll be on Saturday, and I'll be doing my best there.
We haven't had a lot of luck this week, really, have we?
No, things haven't been going our way, but you have to cope with these things and rise above them.
Nicky's form, though, has been excellent and was excellent once again tonight.
Yeah, superb time, 44 flat. I'd like to go on that quick. I don't think Wolf's been that quick. As Nicky said, it's a new British record. It's looking very good for a medal in the fives.
Let's take another look at how he achieved it. As we were saying, it's a new Olympic event, so Olympic records are a little bit misleading at this stage, but nevertheless it was quick.
Yeah, Gable got away. See, Gable's a very fast starter, and then he tends to just relax and try and let people catch him. Well, not let people catch him, but people tend to catch him, and they normally have trouble getting by, but Nicky went straight by without any trouble at all. You've got one sprinter there, really, Gable, and the rest are longer distance specialists. But Nicky caught him very easily. He's looking very relaxed. Straight by. I think he caught Gable unawares there, and he's just skating away from him.
At this stage in the competition, qualification all important. Once you get in the right position, how much are you actually putting into it? How much you want to give away?
Nicky will know. Alan will be telling Nicky exactly where the other guys are by hand signals, shouting whatever form possible. Or you get into the front or into a qualifying position and relax. You make sure you don't fall over. That's the most important thing. Don't fall over in a heat or in any other round, really, but a heat especially.
Long-term prospects for Nicky in this event. We did think that the 1,000 metres was his stronger event.
Yeah, he's going to come up against some very, very fast skaters. But he seems to be handling the very fast skaters at the moment. Yeah. He proved that on Tuesday, he proved it today, and then let's touch wood, he proves it on Saturday.
OK, for the moment, thanks very much. There's a highly competitive women's 500 metres competition underway in Hammer this evening as well. And the lineup there included Britain's Debbie Palmer. She was going in heat number 3.
Heat number 3, in lane 3, skater number 120, from Great Britain, Debbie Palmer.
The third heat in the first round of the women's 500 metres. Debbie Palmer going for Great Britain, British record holder. She's drawn in lane 3. The lineup: Chun of Korea in lane 1. In lane 2, Tikhonina of Russia. Lane 3, Palmer of Great Britain. Lane 4, Sylvia Daigle of Canada, 5 times the world champion. Straight away is the Russian Tikhonina in the lead. Debbie Palmer back in 4th place. 500 metres, 4.5 laps of the track, and they come now with 3 to go, and it's important to be in the right place at the right time. Debbie Palmer better over longer distances and finding the short sprint very hard indeed. The Canadian Sylvia Daigle in front. In 2nd place is Tikhonina of Russia. Coming through on the inside, Chun of Korea as they come round now to the bell. Daigle, 5 times the world champion, leads. In 2nd place, Chun of Korea. Debbie Palmer still back 4th and won't improve on that. The 2 qualifiers, Daigle and Chun. And Debbie Palmer comes through in 4th place, but in a new British record time of 47.93.
Good performance from her, and we talk about the great experience of the Olympics, but that certainly applies for Debbie, who didn't even know that she was going to be there for, what, until 2 weeks ago, was it? Well,
yeah, the day before that the team were leaving, the selection was changed, and I think she was greatly surprised. She wasn't expecting to go, but she deserved to go, and a new British record. She's going very well. Looks good for the thousands for Debbie.
Final thought about Wilf, though, tonight?
I feel for him. I feel very sorry for him. He's going to have to do a lot to come back. I hope he does. I hope we see him again.
Thanks for the moment, Matt. Sue.
Well, earlier today in Lillehammer, Riley talking once again to Helen Rollason.
Well, Wilf, what's the latest? Well, we just went back to the referee and he implied that I actually broke my blade, which after the race had finished, which is stupid because the New Zealand coach just came up to me and said he saw the referee pick the piece out of the blade up off the ice. So now we're implying now that I broke the blade after the race had finished off the ice. So
he's saying that on purpose you took the blade, took the bits out, and that it was your fault, not his.
Yeah, but we're still obviously fighting the cause. I can't really see that anything's going to change, but it's becoming so ridiculous now, it's almost laughable.
What are you going to do, though?
Well, first of all, I have to find out if I'm racing on Saturday. And if I am, then it means, so far this week, I've used 3 pair of blades. So, and I've got about another 2 pairs with me, but I wouldn't say that they're exactly satisfactory for racing at this level. So I need to find out A, if I'm racing on Saturday, and B, if I am, then I need to make preparations for a new pair of blades. So if Mike Allen's watching, guy back at Swift in Birmingham, have a pair of blades 1 millimeter thick ready for me, because you'll be getting a phone call later on this evening.
I'm amazed you're doing so well, considering. I suppose if you don't laugh, you're going to cry.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's beyond words.
Thanks ever so much for talking to us.
Thanks.
Still total confusion in Hammer, but Matt, you know Wilf very well. I mean, would he have done anything like that?
No, I can't see any short track skater doing that. If the referee thinks that, then he can think what he wants, but I can't see it actually happening. I can't see him having the instruments to break it directly after the race. It does take hell of a kick to break a blade like that, and which we saw on the race did happen.
I mean, he wouldn't have asked to actually go off the ice to replace a blade if it wasn't damaged, would he?
No, I mean, you could lose your sharp edge, and the referee can say no. So what's occurring, I don't know. The referees are obviously covering the back somewhat there. I'm not really sure what is going on.
They've had a hard time, the referees at the short track. I mean, what can they do in this situation? Could he be reinstated?
I don't think so. I don't know how the ruling works. A referee can advance a skater if he thinks an infringement has occurred, and if it's not a disqualifiable infringement, if an appeal is put in, obviously the coach is going to be appealing very heavily. But if the referee says no, the referee says no. Wilf might be thinking now that he's going to skate on Saturday, so we might see him in the quarterfinals yet. I don't know.
Let's just have a look at this here now. See if you can spot anything at all, Matt.
You can see there's a gap of light there through the front of the blade, just under the front pylon. That is where the break occurred. So the referee's saying that the blade wasn't broken. Well, the blade was broken after the race.
But he really had no chance, did he, to qualify? I mean, he did very well, but...
Once a break like that occurred, it'd be like Martin skiing on, instead of 2m20 skis, skiing on 1m10. That is the difference. You'd have one ski that is too short and one ski which is obviously the right length, and that's what Wilf was putting up with there. Did very well to get around the bend at all.
These 1 millimeter blades, though, they're so sensitive, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like the old super sprint blades. One touch and they are broken, but that's because of the quality of the ice in Norway. That's how thick you need the blade.
Oh, well, Matt, we will keep you up to date with that story as it develops throughout the evening. But now we're going back to the short track and the women's 500 metres that was in action today. The first of the semi-finals has been completed. Yami Zhang of China and Amy Peterson of the United States have gone through to the final. We can now join the second semi-final with David Coleman once again.
The second semi-final of the 500 metres. Kathy Turner, America, the Olympic champion in 1. Wang, China in 2, 1 of Korea in 3, Shari of Canada in lane 4 on the outside. The first two qualify for the final. Kathy Turner trying to get the lead there. There was a slight clash. And it's Wang of China who's taken it off. Kathy Turner in second place. The Canadian, Shari, a long way back in third. At the moment, the Korean, 1. Making no impact at all. She's way out of it. This time they've got 2 laps to go. Still Wang of China in front. The Olympic champion in second place, but under a lot of pressure. And all 3 have gone. The whole lot have gone. All 3 have gone completely. And coming around now, out of the race, it appeared, 14 years old, 1 of Korea. And it looks as if they've stopped the race. The most almighty crash there on the bend. Well, 1 of Korea got across there, but she got no chance in the race itself. But all 3 of the leaders went headlong into the padding that surrounds this arena.
And this is because the referees decided to call off.
The referees will have a look at this and see who's responsible. The 3 leaders together there in a bunch, and down they go like skittles. Watching that again. Well, it's very, very difficult to see who's responsible. So once again, a controversial incident in this short track. It's certainly full of eventful happenings.
As you'll certainly notice, Isabelle Charret of Canada is leaving the ice, which presumably indicates that she has been disqualified.
And it rather looks as if the Canadian, Charret, has been disqualified. Left the arena being hugged, and she's been declared responsible.
Well, it's been a busy night for the referees, hasn't it? Well, they did rerun that second semi-final, and the result, Kathy Turner of the United States and Hee Kyung-won of South Korea, they went through to the final. But Matt, what is happening in this event?
I don't know. I thought I used to be a speed skater, but this is the sort of thing we're going to have to put up with. I really don't know. Isabelle caused the crash in the first place, which caused Kathy to go into Julie Wang. Kathy got up to finish second place. I mean, that's the infringement there. There's no room. Kathy touched the Chinese. Kathy got up to finish second place. Julie Wang should have been advanced. There should have been no need for a rerun.
We've seen so many crashes in the short track event. I mean, is something changing? Is it just more competitive or what?
I think it's getting faster. The girls are going very quick. And at that speed, it's very difficult to time your overtaking perfectly. And there's not much perfection out there at the moment. Just the speed's very good. Whether it continues, I don't know.
Amazing.
It is. We're only just starting with the confusion because it was a big day at Hafjell today, the women's giant slalom. Now, where does that fit in with the slalom?
Stated, but they are now saying that he tampered with his skate after the race. Well, we now have evidence that that didn't happen. This was 11 seconds into that race, and Matt, that should be enough proof, surely, for the referee.
Well, you could drive a bus through the gap there. There is about an inch and a half gone on the blade. You can see it clearly now.
Do you think he'd have a chance?
I don't know. I don't know what the referees are thinking. Some of the decisions that they've made over the last 2 days are very strange. Perhaps they could. I hope they do. He certainly deserves it, looking at that graphic. Whether they will or not, nobody knows.
Well, we will find out. Nothing will be resolved later on this evening, but tomorrow morning the British Olympic Association is having a meeting with the referee, so we'll bring you news of that as it happens. But now back to the action and the women's 500 metres final. Once again, David Coleman.
The Olympic 500-metre final. The champion, Kathy Turner, America in 1, Peterson, America in 2, the world champion, Yang of China in 3, and one of Korea, only 14 years old, in 4th place. And it's the world record holder and world champion, Yang, in front at the moment. Being chased hard by the Olympic champion, Kathy Turner, and they're well away. The world champion against the Olympic champion. The world champion from China, 21. The Olympic champion, Kathy Turner of America, is 31. Lap at 3/4 left, and Turner, the Olympic champion, goes up. A brilliant piece of skating by Turner. Into the last lap, and Turner, the Olympic champion, going away from the world record holder. Turner, at 31, retains the title. Yang in 2nd place, Peterson 3rd, and 14 years old, one of Korea in 4th place. A superb piece of skating by the Olympic champion, who, believe it or not, retired from skating as long ago as 1980. Came back in 1992 to take the Olympic title, and she's retained it. Well, almost inevitably, there were 1 or 2 complaints. That is the world champion and world record holder who's just been beaten. 46.05, the winning time. It will be corrected slightly. 1:45, Amy Peterson, who got the bronze medal. She's 22. A bronze in the relay 2 days ago. But the double gold medalist from 92 and now 94, Kathy Turner, United States. That is the world champion, Jiang, who's not at all happy. There's no news of any disqualification or complaint or judge's inquiry. Well, when she retired in 1980, she took up her career, Kathy Turner, as a singer and songwriter. Was highly successful, but decided to give the sport another go. And what a good decision it's been. Gold in 92 in Albertville. Gold now in 94. And the time now corrected to 45.98, a new Olympic record. She's won this title like a true champion. That's the leader at the moment, Zhang. And Turner, a brilliant piece of skating on the outside, attacks, and the arms clash slightly. Turner suffers the most there, but still recovers to come up on the outside. And Young just loses her balance slightly, and that's what she's complaining about, because this is where Turner took the gold away. But still no news of any inquiry by the jury.
Official results.
That's the clash.
An Olympic champion, an Olympic record, Kathy Turner, USA.
Turner suffered the most, but Zhang suffered later on. And Turner got well away in the end to take the gold medal. Zhang,
number 2,
the silver. Peterson of America, the bronze.
46.44. So Kathy Turner of the United States takes the gold medal yet again. Yami Zhang, the silver. Amy Peterson of the United States, the bronze. Now, Matt, Kathy Turner, she quit from competition, came back, and now 2 Olympic titles.
Well, her nickname's Turner Burner in speed skating. She certainly did some burning there. Great piece of overtaking on the outside. I'm very happy for her. She does deserve it.
Is that more what we should expect from these races, rather than these crashes? And
that was short track speed skating as it should be, not what we've been seeing earlier. Definitely, yes.
Well, I tell you what, we have further developments in the Wilf O'Reilly case, because we have now evidence. This is a judge just after Wilf O'Reilly finished, and he is obviously picking something up off the ice, and he's by the start line.
Well, for the referees to say that Wilf broke his blade afterwards, he must have been very quick to throw the piece of metal onto the ice, as you can see. I think that's the Italian judge there. What he's picking up, I don't know. But it looks like a piece of blade to me. Yeah. It's not the normal piece of tape or something off a helmet, etc., that you would see.
But if they had looked at Wilf's skates and seen the damage, surely they should have done that before the race, because that could have been, you know,
well,
potentially very dangerous.
That is an accident, a piece of equipment that is broken and could cause an accident, yeah. Archie said it is deadly if somebody falls. We've heard about Wilf O'Reilly's girlfriend. That could have been the problem there. We don't know. The blade was broken. We saw that. We saw from the graphic, and we saw the referee there picking it up.
We're certainly collecting the evidence for Wilf, though, aren't we?
Yeah, Detective Sue.
At long last. I think it's Grandstand 1, Judges 0 at long last. Now it's, what, 9:28 here, 10:28 in Lillehammer, and the nightlife there is just getting into full swing, or so I'm told. We'll learn more now from Hazel Irvine.
Short-track speed skating made a colourful day.
Debbie Palmer, Great Britain, drawn on the outside in this heat 7 in the first round of the women's 1,000 metres. On the inside is Baritza of France. Lane 2, Huang of China. Lane 3, Won of Korea. Lane 4, Palmer, Great Britain. 1,000 metres, just over 9 laps of the track. We're very quickly on the inside of Wang of China. Thrown to the lead now, Debbie Palmer, Great Britain. Broke the UK record in the 500 metres 2 days ago. Third in the European Championship, 1,500 and 3,000 metres. Palmer leads for Great Britain. Wang of China in second place. Won of Korea is third. And in fourth place, Baritza of France. The first 2 go into the quarterfinals. Palmer dictating the pace. And they're warming it up now is Wang of China. Wang takes them on. They accelerate quite suddenly, but then she slowed it down again a little. Wang China leads. Palmer in second place. Won of Korea, only 14 in third place. Got a gold medal in the relay and was fourth in the 500. Baritza of France struggling at the moment a little bit as they come round now with 4 to go. Wang of China leads. Kim of Korea. The 2 strongest athletes in this go clear. Palmer in third place, skating hard. She holds the British record. She may well be close to that, but Unless there's a fall, she might find it hard to qualify. Two laps left. Huang, China in front. Kim, Korea in second place. Palmer, Great Britain third. And Barraldinho, France, way out of it. Palmer digging in hard but making no impression on the leading pair. The 14-year-old from Korea goes out in front. One in second place, Huang, just taking it easy, making sure she doesn't fall. And those are the two certain qualifiers as Debbie Palmer comes through in third place.
So disappointment there for Debbie Palmer, but still British interest because Nikki Gooch is going in the 500 metres quarterfinals. We can go there to Halma live now, and David Coleman once again.
Just lining up for the first quarterfinal, and that is the world champion and world record holder, Vuoriman of Italy, drawn in lane number 1. And 2, Yui Matsu, only 18 from Japan. That's Kim of Korea. The draw's been switched slightly. Kim of Korea, 3 gold medals already, 2 at the last games, and he's won the 1,000 metres here. This is Gagnon, 18 years old from Canada, the world champion at the 1,000 metres, bronze medalist earlier this week. And this is the young Japanese, Uematsu, on the outside. The first 2 go into the semi-finals. 500 metres, just over 4 laps of the track. Full start, and this is a very, very strong quarterfinal indeed. We've got the world champion and world record holder, Vuoriman of Italy, Olympic gold medalist Kim of Korea, and Gagnon, the world champion at the 1,000 metres and the bronze medalist and the 1,000 metres here earlier this week. Like Gagnon broke there. Like track and field, 2 false starts, out they go. The first quarter-final of the men's 500 metres. And that was a false start, I think, by the Italian on the inside. Very, very anxious they are to get away well. Certainly the Italian looks to be the offender. So they're trying for the 3rd time to get away. Four and a half laps of the track. Vuoriman, the world champion, world record holder, goes out in front. Kim, the gold medalist in the 1,000 metres, in second place at the moment. Third place is Gagnon of Canada. Got away to a bad start. In fourth place, Uematsu, Japan. But Vuoriman really setting a hot pace here. He's very fast indeed. Coming round with 2 to go. The Italian leads. Kim of Korea in second place. Gagnon third. Only the first 2 sure to qualify. This time, the lap marker shows 1. Vuoriman out in front. Kim and Gagnon having a tremendous battle for the places. Vuoriman comes home in front. Well, Gagnon closed on him. Very fast indeed. May just have caught him on the line. It's close. Those are the 2 qualifiers. And the Olympic champion in the 1,000 metres, Kim, goes out. That will be a new Olympic record, 43.84 unofficially, but it will be corrected because the unofficial clock in the stadium has not been all that accurate. Gagnon came through very late indeed, but Vuoriman had done quite enough. He wasn't bothered. I think the coach is probably saying to him, don't relax that much when you're in front. Don't do that again. But he was sure to qualify. That's Gagnon on the inside. Only 18 years old, very, very big man indeed. But Vuoriman had really stormed away. Kim, 3 gold medals in Olympic Games, short track skating so far, 1 at these games. Clipped one of the lane markers there. And Gagnon coming through on the outside. He did relax a little bit. Gagnon got it. Vuoriman in second place. Just waiting for the official time to come up. And Gagnon given 43.84, and that is a new Olympic record. Vuoriman qualifies in second place, 43.85. Kim and Uematsu go out. Stadium very full for tonight's final program in the short track. The times confirmed there. The first two qualify, and Nicky Gooch of Great Britain goes in the second quarterfinal. He's drawn in lane 2. Skaters are out already. He's keeping loose. That's the lineup. Campbell of Canada in lane 1, Nicky Gooch in lane 2, Tereo of Japan in 3, and Bradbury, Australia in lane 4. The qualifying obviously the same, the first two go through.
Second quarterfinal will feature the following skaters.
The athlete's about to be introduced.
In lane
Derek
1.
Campbell, finalist in the 1,000 meters from Canada. Didn't finish in that, so the judges said, and so lost a medal.
Representing Canada, the 1,000-meter finalist, Derek Campbell.
Campbell's 22, and alongside him now, Nick Gooch, Great Britain, 21. Set a new British record in the first round, 44.03, a second fastest qualifier in the first round.
Lane number 3, skater number 30, representing Japan.
This is the 18 years old national champion from Japan, Tereo. He was 5th in the 1,000 meters earlier this week. Lane 4, from Australia, Stephen Bradbury. Fell in the first round of the 1,000 meters, 4th in the 1,500 meters at the World Championships. 4.5 laps of the track. Smooth start and a very good one on the inside by Campbell. Been in good form all week. Gooch in second place. Third at the moment is the Japanese Tereo, and in 4th place Bradbury, Australia. They're going along very quickly indeed. The Canadian has really struck out. Campbell being chased by Gooch, who's looking very smooth indeed. Went a little bit wide there, left room for the Japanese on the inside. And the Canadian crashes out. Campbell didn't seem to be touched. It's Gooch out in front now. 1 lap to go. Gooch leads. Bradbury in second place. Tereo goes third and looks for room on the inside, and he's found it, and Gooch is skated out of it. Can he get back? Yes, he can. Bradbury wins it. Gooch comes through on the inside, kept his head, lost his place down the back straight, but comes through, I think, into second place. It was close, but he timed it right. 44.25, the unofficial winning time will be corrected. But, well, Nicky Gooch had an exciting ride there. Well, Campbell fall rather changed the order of things, and I suspect he wasn't touched. Just lost the edge. Nick Gooch looking very pensive about all that. Yes, he just lost his edge there. I don't think he was touched. It's Tereo of Japan who goes on in front. Gooch comes up on the outside now in the closing stages, but Bradbury goes through on the inside, so too does Tereo, and this is into the last bend. Now, it looks all over for a moment for Gooch, but watch him on the inside again. He held the inside so well and kept the line so well. I have just touched the Japanese. Well, he crosses the line in second place, Bradbury first, and no news of any disqualification. Gooch's time in second place, 44.25. The winner's time, Bradbury, Australia, 44.18. Fairly eventful last couple of laps there. But certainly the fall could not be attributed to anything other than Campbell leaning over too far, got an edge. The skaters out now for the third quarterfinal. Just have another look at that. Gooch back in third place. That's Campbell going down. No suggestion he was touched at all. And no news of any objection. So Bradbury goes into the semi-finals. So too does Britain's Nicky Gooch.
Number 1, Stephen Bradbury, Australia, 44.18. That's a new Australian record.
New Australian record, by the way, for Bradbury.
Number 2, Nicholas Gooch, Great Britain, 44.25. These two are qualified.
And Gooch confirmed
Number 3,
officially in second place.
Number 4, Campbell of Canada, who had a fall.
Having a very, very good games indeed. Finalist in the 1,000 metres. Perhaps just a shade unlucky to be disqualified. He took it very well, though, having actually finished in second place. So now the third quarter-final. It'll be Lee of China on the inside. Johansson, who's 21 today, from Sweden. Andy Gable, United States, in lane 3, and in lane 4, Che of Korea. This is Lee,
skater number 14, representing China,
of China.
Li Jiachong.
He's only 18, reached the quarterfinals of the 1,000 metres.
In lane number 2,
And lane
skater
2.
number 50, representing Sweden, 21
The
years
birthday
old
boy.
today, Martin Johansson.
Special cheer for him. They were singing happy birthday when he was warming up. 21 today.
In lane number 3, skater number 54, representing the United States.
This is
winner
Gable,
of the
United
Olympic,
States.
Andrew Gable.
He's 29, third in the World Championship 5,000 last year.
Ivan Mafiri, lane number 4, skater number
Lane
32,
4,
representing Korea,
Che
winner of the World
of
Champion
Korea.
3,000 meter.
Only 19.
Jia Ji-hon.
Second in the 1,000 metres. And a big Swede on his birthday slipped at the start. Gable, the United States leads. In second place
Lee of China in second place.
is Lee of China. Third, the Korean Che, and fourth, Johansson. 3 laps to go.
3 laps to go.
Still Gable out in
Gable
front.
in the lead.
Lee in second place. The Korean goes third. Che, silver medal already in the 1,000 metres.
Lee kommer på innsiden, nå ser vi.
And Lee looking for room on the inside. Oh, there's a bit of bumping. Oh, and Gable goes down. Surely there'll be some sort of ejection there.
Lee and China lead now on the final lap.
The American skating on. But Lee of China and Che of Korea, the 2 qualifiers. But there's bound to be surely an inquiry about that one. Andy Gable, the American, was really attacking quite hard. And the 3 leaders were very close together indeed. Lee Ji-arjun is the Korean, and there's the touch. China's Lee actually was the one barging through there, and he caught the American twice.